back off of your injury from last year, when did you start feeling comfortable and feeling like Trevion again on the football field?
I'd say in the spring I felt very comfortable after taking Christmas break to heal up and staying in the training room, and finally got the confidence to fully run full speed again off that injury. But continuing to just to maintain, stay in the training room, and do the little things that I need to do to stay healthy and on the field.
Were you able to use any of that time when you were not playing to view the game in any different way, maybe just from the aspect of watching more film or watching from the sideline, when I'm assuming you've probably been on the field your entire career?
Yeah, it's a difficult time, but all you can do is help your teammates. If you see something that a receiver's doing or giving a tendency away, then communicate to them what you're seeing off the sideline so that they can see that in the game and make plays based off that tendency.
What about the defense a little bit? You guys, by and large, have been pretty good. You happy with where you're at now, maybe where you've progressed to from the start of the season now?
Still looking to get better in some certain areas, but we have been, from what I think, playing a very good assignment football, running to the ball, just doing the little things as a defense to win ball games.
By and large, you have not given up a lot of big plays. You've been pretty good. Is there a key to that, a knack to that for allowing that to happen? What are some of the things you have to do discipline-wise to not get burned on some of those big plays?
Having good eyes is a big one. I struggled with that in my earlier years, and now that we're all playing, doing our jobs, you can't do somebody else's job and do yours at the same time. So doing your job and having good eyes, playing discipline, some of the key points to not giving up the big play.
We've heard that from defensive coaches for a lot of years now about, I think it was the K-State coach a couple weeks ago said, make sure you do your 1/11th. Like if you start trying to do somebody else's job, then it all falls apart. Is that one of the hardest things to learn at the college football level?
Yes, I think especially for young players that are used to making all the plays in high school, it's very difficult to learn. But once you figure it out that if you do your job, that's when the big play for you to make happens. I think it becomes a lot easier and things slow down in that aspect. But it's just something that helped us as a secondary, that once we realized if we do our job, then it allows us to make plays, and when we don't do our job, you can't make the big play.
Talk about it's kind of been a roller coaster. You play well, get a big win, you don't play well the next week. And now you're coming off a big win. How do you avoid the pitfalls of going back and keeping that cycle going and trying to stack wins together?
Just going back to the basics, having good practice habits throughout the week. We're going to have a good, fast, clean, and physical practices this week, and staying in the film room and not letting a win that we should have won get to our head that much.
What about Southern? I mean, they're obviously much improved.
Mm-hmm.
You had the guys here a year ago. Just your thoughts on them and the challenges defensively for you guys in this game?
They looked pretty solid on the film that I've watched this morning. I think that they have a pretty good QB and some receivers. So just going throughout the week, looking at them a little bit more, we'll have some answers for them.
What led to your decision to play at K-State?
Both my parents went here. My dad played here as well. And obviously Coach Brown and Coach Harris made that decision really easy for me.
When you go to a game like Saturday, kind of the significance of it. I mean, it seems like it's a kind of a pivotal game for both programs to stay near the top. Do you think about that much, or do you just approach it like any other week?
0-0 every week.
Is that a hard mentality to have? I mean, social media is everywhere. You can find standings at any point. Is it hard to have that mentality?
Yes and no. I think that it depends how much the player reads into the social media. Personally, I don't like to look at that stuff too much. I think it's a distraction, but staying 0-0 in our minds is very important for us.